Do you remember the day you were diagnosed with diabetes? How did you feel? What was the first thought that popped into your head? Did you feel scared, helpless, shocked, or maybe so overwhelmed that you simply stopped listening to what the doctor was saying? A diabetes diagnosis is definitely a challenging experience. Some people feel isolated, some go straight to denial, and some switch to panic mode. Your mind starts racing. You realize that you won't be able to continue living the way that you did before. You won't be able to eat like everyone else. You may ask yourself, why me? Now, understanding your initial emotions about having diabetes may help you to focus more on recognizing and accepting these feelings when they come up again. Now, let's look at how to identify your emotional reactions after being diagnosed. Denial is a common response to diabetes diagnosis. Its symptoms include refusal to accept or believe in the diagnostic method, or just choosing ignorance. As a result of denial, patients often refuse to monitor their condition or seek treatment or take other necessary actions. A milder expression of denial might be believing that it's not as bad as it seems and refusing to take the condition seriously. This pattern could be really harmful as it encourages you to indulge in treat foods and weakens your motivation. Anger might come next. Once diagnosed with diabetes, patients may feel like they're being punished for something or try to put the blame on someone else, like your doctor, family members, or friends. This could lead to unwillingness to take full responsibility for your actions and could interfere with your diabetes treatment. Guilt is another common yet self-destructive emotion. Patients often feel like they have to punish themselves for developing diabetes, which might lead to an eating disorder. When faced with guilt, try to answer the following questions. Is my guilt reasonable? Can I change the past? Or is there something I can do right now to improve my condition? Depression, just like guilt, can be very self-destructive. Patients who fall into the trap of self-loathing often experience mood swings, insomnia, and appetite disruption. When deep feelings of sorrow start to interrupt with your diabetes management, you may want to seek counseling. Typically, you'll go through each of these emotions until you reach the final stage, acceptance. It's clear that a diabetes diagnosis is not easy on both your physical and mental health. But usually you're given tons of information on managing diabetes, but you rarely get guidance on dealing with its emotional burden. Your doctor will tell you what kind of lifestyle changes you need to make, what kind of foods you should eat, and discuss various medication options, but what about dealing with your emotions? If you can't accept the fact that you have diabetes, how can you make the necessary changes in your life? If you have a tendency to binge eat when faced with stress, how do you suddenly just stop doing that? Let's talk about stress as well. Stress isn't just about being in a bad mood. It makes a huge impact on our physical health too. In fact, research indicates that diabetes patients often suffer from high levels of diabetes-specific emotional stress. This includes fears about inability to function in society, unwillingness to exercise, refusal to eat a healthy diet, and take medications. When you think about it, it's a closed circle. Diabetes gets you stressed out, and then the stress makes your diabetes worse. On top of that, you also experience the usual stress of your daily life, being late for work, money problems, family issues, etc. All of that combined with a diabetes diagnosis can really make an impact on your general well-being. It causes anxiety, headaches, irregular heart rate, panic attacks, overeating, social withdrawal, insomnia, irritability, and depression. So let's learn how to stay motivated and gradually change not only your mindset, but also your daily habits. Learning that you have diabetes is stressful, and you might feel anxious, upset, or sad as you process this information. But there are several techniques that can help you cope. Let's discuss how you can manage stress. The techniques we'll discuss here should help you to be more grounded, reduce stress, and create much needed peace of mind. Just like your body, your mind needs to be trained to find its peaceful state. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish yourself. Every workout's an opportunity to appreciate your body and feel its movements. Enjoying this process, being mindful about it, and listening to yourself is a reliable path to success. Lesson 1, forgiving yourself. You may have tried various diets, exercising, cutting calories in the past, but apparently nothing worked. How does that make you feel? Have you forgiven yourself for all the times you've fallen off the wagon? Are you grateful for the fact that, all things considered, you're still strong enough to try it again? Now, forgive your body if it's incapable of fully completing some of the exercises right now. You'll work your way up to it. Forgive yourself if you're still struggling with saying no to food that's not good for you. Forgive yourself for all the things that led you here. Right now, you're doing what's best for you. After all, it takes time to form these habits and become stronger both physically and mentally. So forgiveness plays a huge role in this. Never forget that. Forgive, make healthy decisions one day at a time, and watch your life transform. Lesson 2, comparing yourself to others. Social media is a painful subject for just about anyone who's trying to get healthy. However, comparing someone else's journey to yours is often self-destructive. Remember the last person you compared yourself to. Do you know how many times that person failed or compared themselves to someone else? We're all imperfect human beings. There's no use in comparing your first month to someone else's first year. If you think that putting a picture of someone you admire on your fridge will help you to fight temptations, okay, that's totally up to you. However, never forget that you're not trying to achieve the results you see in that picture. You're trying to unleash a better version of you. That's all that matters. Lesson 3, choosing the right exercises at the right time. There's nothing like busting through stress and getting those frustrations out with a high-intensity training session. But the truth is, sometimes a tough and grueling workout isn't the best thing when you're feeling stressed out. Exercises like yoga, walking, tai chi, or even swimming have a more calming effect, and they don't increase your body's production of cortisol and adrenaline as much as those intense exercises do. If you enjoy them, however, alternate the days you perform a more moderate intensity exercise with that of the higher intensity power workouts. Lesson 5, practicing mindfulness for stress relief. How often do you catch yourself feeling anxious or even paralyzed by fear? Are you having trouble making decisions? Is your mind racing? Are you seeking numbing activities to get away from it all? Well, let's admit it. Finding peace in the midst of chaos requires powerful mental health skills. We live with stress every day, not even realizing it's leaving us feeling exhausted, irritable, unwell. And it not only affects our overall health, it can affect our weight and blood sugar too. The main stress hormone, cortisol, influences our ability to make healthy food choices. It messes with our blood sugar, stimulates cravings, and even promotes calories to be stored as fat rather than to be used as energy. Find some peace of mind, and your body will have an easier time as well.